Breaking news. One unalived, many injured as Boko Haram launches first attack in the old Imo State. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 22nd of September 2025, and I have video clips and important information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people. News reaching my news desk, including some few video clips which I have managed to gather, which I will also be playing moving forward in this very broadcast, has it that Boko Haram has launched its first attack in the old Imo State, Umuakolo to be precise. So I want every one of you to pay very close attention while we take this very news step by step. And very, very importantly, this is not a joke. This is not the kind of things that you take for granted, because I will also be mentioning some people's names moving forward and playing their videos as well, so that they must come out and tell us how they are prepared, because the war is already here and Boko Haram has entered. And this very attack is not an ordinary attack, but it is a suicide bomber. You all know how Boko Haram started in the north and now they are in the east. I want you to take this very matter seriously. It is not a joke. Now, before playing those videos for you, let us first of all read the developing story. And according to the write-up which I have on my screen, it says, breaking news. Explosion rocks Obiwanne. Obiwanne is a kind of should I call it market square or what? It's not really market, but it's a place ebanazo ebendel sana de anokosi ebendel no bondi house ebefanabo faga akosi umuye konkom agasi like aluminium ndị Hausa na-akpa alumi akpasi alumi agbakonata that place ebe aka na no we na-akpa nkata ebe aka no na plan. That is where they plan how to invade people's homes. That is where they plan how to eliminate people. That is where they plan how to attack people. That is where they plan all their evil activities, including kidnapping. That is where they usually plan. That is their gathering, where they usually gather to plan all the attacks that they normally carry out, including armed robbery, kidnapping, and the unaliving of innocent people in Umuaka. Now, according to this news, they said explosion rocks Obiwanne, Umuaka man loses leg, others injured. An explosion occurred today at Obiwanne, Umuaka, leaving one man with a severe leg and several others injured. Now, this they say here, Umuaka man loses leg. The man in question was not an Umuaka man. The man is actually a Northerner. He's a Fulani man, not Umuaka. Now, they continued. The incident happened at an iron condemned site, with reports suggesting that an explosive device may have been unknowingly picked up as scrap metal. At the moment, it is unclear who planted the device or how it got there. Residents of Umuaka are strongly advised to exercise caution, limit movements, and remain vigilant during this difficult period. Now, there was nothing like planted or trying to plant whatever. No, because the videos prove otherwise. The videos prove otherwise. First of all, this very write-up that I read did not, completely explain what really happened and how it happened. But this was an early report, so I do not blame, the person who made the report. So this is an early report when the whole incident was not clear, or should I say the cause of incident was not really clear. So now, I'm going to play the video right now, but I'm not going to show the video on the screen. I'll allow the sound, the voice to play so that you listen to what they are saying, because the video has some gory image which is not going to be allowed on social media. So I want you to pay attention as I play the video for you. After playing the video, I will then start, calling on some individuals who have taken it upon themselves to destroy what we have, to destroy Biafra Liberation Army. The time for them now, they say they have army. Now, let us first of all listen to the sound, to the voice from this video, which I'm going to play at the background, and then we'll begin our analysis. Pay attention as we proceed. Jesus. Now, I need to explain this for those of you who did not see the video. The Onyugwa Nekokuya, the Northerner, the Onyugu, whether Fulani or whoever, the Onyugwa Nekokuya here, as at the time of recording this very video, Okane Kume, Mana di Obunigwe Baliabaya Gugu, suggesting, and there Obunigwe is where Bayabu from Ukuya. From Ukuya goes to where Wajichayo up anine. Yotago, Ojidele Wajichayo up. So, suggesting, Nebonya Bobunigwa, Bunukuya, Monopaya, because up and now put up. As at the time of recording the video, Okaneku Memena report has it no Gombo demand. No last or the more than few minutes or more. So, this is my own opinion. More than feeling no nya burobunigwa we bata na this community. Because some other people bunigwa no one may affect ndi Igbo indigenous and the Umuaka, which nanjikwa their own video, which I'm going to play again. But the Obunigwe enyero fo de kan sobua onyero onya onyugwu anwa. Onyugwu ojidele boy abo. You gotta go. So I have an opinion. No onya buyabo Obunigwe we bata na this very community. Pay attention while we continue. I want you to listen to their voice.
Jesus.
Did you hear that? No, the voice is in a background. This is from eyewitnesses. There is a voice. I'm going to repeat it a bit. There's a voice at the background. Pay attention. Get on to Afuma. Listen very, very attentively. Did you hear that? No, so my own opinion, a feeling. Na if I believe emelo na magama. It's my own opinion, no believe emelo na magama. Ni fa bi fa malo ma weme. And obo na malo ma weme ya, e man on suicide bomb bakobo. Let's continue.
Oh, Jesus.
Ebe ahụ nọzi na-ekwu ọnwụ ka ndị nọzi die eyewitnesses na-agwa ya na ife mere onwe gị achọ nke unu ghọta ọfụma ebe okwu anụwa na-aga. Pay attention.
Jesus.
Now, this one is the first video. Let me play you the second video. The second video, Buzi, our own people, Ndi Igbo Banye, the incident may affect, including what I created 5 years. You know, the incident, the Obunigwe may affect, but as God may have it, He did not destroy them. If I need na abega no more chemists a mesiefa because they are injured. So pay attention while I play their own video.
No be one let him again go. Here oga chihakari here. Let here na bomb here na go on asa bakara na madeze na meze. Eze polika wutu nwa nwoke. Araka nwe ihe mega ha gote bomb ahụ ekuo. Ohia mega na no be one nine na bomb. Ihe bomb kọrọ ihe na no be one no Justin bomb nwa iwe kelu na me video. So asum ka me video send no be one group. Then here mega na bomb. Ngwa ndausa na asa bakara ngwa esi chopuga ha. Ohia mega na no be one.
Okay, ebe si we chopu fa. Now it's very clear. I don't know if you listen to the last. Let me play the last part of that, comment. Pay attention.
I may video send no one group. Then here mega na bomb. Ngwa ndausa na asa bakara ngwa esi chopuga ha.
Eba we si we chopu fa. That means any go for so dear. That is where they usually gather to plan their evil. And for so, and they are not happy about that. You got to go now. Eba esi chopu fa. Oh ya ka ha batazi because ndị Igbo ba no zide na emere nwa their business. Oh ya ka ha batazi there bịa tụnye Ogbunigwe. You got to go now. Fa bịa go now bịa tụnye Ogbunigwe there. So, based on what is happening currently, one idiot, one criminal called Joe Vicar, being in America, made a video the other day where see no we go men on ground, no equipment. Let me play the video before we proceed.
Before this number of different narrow, when they contact the Fulani, give me, let me talk with them. Over that's one now, what am I Fulani guy, bro? I'm already planned that is ongoing. Here in a plan master, so when they will have external body, Gabe Kutai. If I'm with a problem with internal, and I want to announce it here to you. If you think you all the game back, external forces, you can join us in our platform. We have plan for that. And we have things, we have equipment, we have men on ground to fight it. Nigeria. I know what I'm saying.
If we Joe Vicar say no we go men on ground. You only need the Biafra Liberation Army. Actually, once he eradicate Biafra Liberation Army, his men on ground they be Joe Vicar. Okunu sunu na-egbugo gentle. Okwago nwa John wee kwuo na egbugo gentle. Buo nje makeup, buo onye iru, buo onye azụ, buo igwe butu ụzọ, buo everybody. Tụọ Simon Ekpanga, ọnụ na-achọkwa ịtụ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nga by next month. Ngwanụ, o setigo na ọkwụ na-egbugo onye iru, buo onye azụ. Anybody na-ekwu okwu Biafra unu egbugo ya. Ngwa bịazienu protect ya ndị be anyị. Ndị Boko abatago na ụmụaka. The first place I'm gonna attack na bụ ụmụaka. At least unu ejugo ncho no from background the video play. Na asị na ebe ndị ugwu na emebu assemble before ebe esi wee chụpụ fa ka abịazi bịa tụnye Ogbunigwe. Ngwan bịazienụ ka unu bịa protect ya ndị be anyị. Joe Vicar, where are you? Where is your man? Ka ebe men go nọ o setigo ozi kịta ka e nidiri go. Ọ nke ikpeazụ a na ka e nidiri your man. Joe Vicar, ọkwa isi nwere men, ọkwa gị ji ọnụ gị wee kwuo ya isi na nwere men. Ka men gụ ngwa bịazienụ. Anọ m ekwu n'okwu ndị kpọrọ onwe ha gọọmenti na Biafra agitation. Ndị nke anwa onye na-ege ha ntị bụ onye ife ọjọọ melụ. Anybody na-ege ndị a ntị bụ onye aka ife ọjọọ melụ na ọ bụrụ mụ. So Joe Vicar nọ na fight tooth and nail ma go ma ndị otu go ma the rascal bi na South Africa. O setigon nke kpọrọ onwe ya udene. O setigon kpọtazie nụ men ụnụ ọkwa ife ụnụ na-achọsi nchi ka ụnụ mee BLA eradicate ka ụnụ bịazie kpọtazie men ụnụ ngwa na ose etigo na kpọtazie nụ men ụnụ ọ ya abụ ifere nyelu ụnụ na ụnụ ka nọ na social media nọ na various locations ka na-ekwu okwu after now ụnụ si n'ụnụ egbugo gentle ụnụ ka na-ekwu okwu ụnụ aka ya na-akụkọ ogologo akụkọ na social media kwụ na-egbugo gentle ọkwa ife ụnụ kwunu na-egbugo gentle ngwanụ gentle is not coming out again to respond because ụnụ si n'ụnụ egbugo ngwa kpọtazie nụ men ụnụ ka ụnụ protect ya anyị ọkwa ụnụ si na Fulani bata na ụnụ nwere men Fulani abatago ngwa osugo ụmụ Chukwu okike abịa whenever you hear them talking if you mistakenly bump into their broadcast, ask them questions in the comment section. Tell them to command their men now to come and protect our land. You understand? Joe Vicar si na nwere men. Gwa ya ọsọkwa ụnụ ka na-ege ndị iberibe ndị idiot ndị ori pụtalụ na-ezu ụnụ ori si na na-eme agitation. Ọ bụ na ụnụ ka na-ege ha ntị kpọrọ ha ndị gọọmenti ụnụ ka na-ege ha ntị gaanụ n'iru na-ege ha ntị na-atụrụ n'ofe ego. Don't even bother yourself. Na-atụrụ n'ofe ego na-atụsị n'ofe ego ike. Ịghọtago? Ọgọ ọma anya ifuru anya ọma anya ọ ya emetụrụrụ imi imi ma ntị anọ ifuru anya anytime ọ metụrụ anya ọ ya eputu imi whether ma imi ọ chọrọ ya ma ọ chọrọ ya once anya ba anya mmiri imi ya apụrụ nke a sure. So ka a na-aga n'ubi ka ji n'aka. Thank you my people. Tosalụ n'ozi a and make it go viral.
All right, now you've actually heard it once again, about the atrocities happening in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, a country that will continue to show themselves in the face of the world, show the world that they will remain a terrorist country. Let me tell you the truth. I've said this times without number. Even the world generally have come to the conclusion that the zoo is a terrorist country. That is why there are some important countries, some powerful countries that cannot have anything, to do with the zoo government. Go and check the current countries that have been doing, having deals with the zoo. You will notice that this country have a high level of terrorism working in them, and also other Islamic country. A country, are we talking about the zoo? A country that is proud to come out in public to claim that they are running a program of bringing in bandits, recruiting bandits, calling them repentant Boko, into the army. Is that the kind of country we're talking about? The country that the same military who is meant to be protecting the lives and property of the people are the same people who are going into Biafran land, buying innocent people. For those of you who do not know and understand the level of atrocity happening in the zoo, you're on a long term. You see, this whole shenanigan and issue and lies and propaganda between the zoo government and Gentle, they are who actually exposed them. I might be dropping that video once again, for those of you who weren't able to watch that video and understand the level of atrocity that is happening in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. But let me tell you, the truth is that their zoo will continue to be pied and their military will be continue to be pied and destroyed by these so-called terrorists that they continue to recruit into their army, because these people will continue to know their pattern, and when they know their pattern, they go out and give out information. They're like a mole, working against the zoo government. It is painful that, when we talk about zoo government and their issue with the Biafrans, you see them coming out with their armories, coming into Biafran land, destroying properties, destroying houses, in Biafran land. But the reality still boils down to the fact that we are in a WAR with the Zoo government. Until you come to this actualization and realization that we are having, a full-blown WAR war happening in Biafran land, Okigwe and some other part, then you will know and understand why we will keep on speaking and exposing the atrocities being committed by the Zoo government. Meanwhile, let me drop this video so that you will know the level of atrocities being committed by this Zoo Janjaweed terrorist army and how they are being destroyed also.
I heard reports that Nigerian army has captured notorious ESN and IPOB commander Gentle the Yahoo. What can you tell us about it?
Yes, before the program, I was receiving calls from viewers, from friends, from even some Nigerians outside of our country, and they wanted to know the true situation. Since he summarily executed some youths who were part of his gang, many people had been worried that why should we have this kind of individual on the loose, taking lives and generally doing whatever pleased him. So, and we challenged the security agencies to deal with the matter.
Yes.
So, in the past, efforts had been made to capture him and bring him to justice. But this time around, the Nigerian Army, 34 Division, 34 Brigade under 82 Division in Enugu. The 34 Brigade is based in Owerri.
Okay.
So they stormed his community, the community that is Aku Ihube. It's a village in Okigwe local government that shares boundary with Imo and Abia, which shares boundary with Abia and Anambra. And they went on foot. The soldiers trekked for close to 4 hours. They didn't want to use armored vehicles like they did in the past. It was more like a commando mission. And they had his house surrounded. Then the strike team went in. Gentle's boys were firing from the ceiling when our troops returned fire, open fire. And when they saw that the guys who were firing from the roof were not going to come down, those on the outer cordon continued to fire. The army had no choice but to set the building ablaze. Once the building was set ablaze, 2 females and 3 males jumped out of the building and they attempted to escape, but the army opened fire. There were still 3 persons left in the roof who refused to
surrender,
to come out. They remained there. One of them was his 2IC, who eventually jumped out and scaled the wall. But the troops fired on him. They killed his 2IC, and the 2 females, the 2 women who were with them, were also killed, as well as 2 males. But at this time, what I can report is that the soldiers recovered those 2 corpses of the male fighters, but they cannot confirm yet whether Gentle the Yahoo was one of the persons who were killed and confirmed killed in the incident. But villagers who had been under ceaseless harassment from him confirmed that his 2IC was dead. They are still trying to confirm whether the two other guys.
Okay. So we'll just wait as events.
Yes, you know, we just have to wait and get confirmation. But we know that there was a big operation involving the Nigerian Army, the surface troops who entered this community through NATO village and had his house surrounded. No escape for him. It's possible that he's one of the dead, but they are in the process of confirming that.
Identifying.
Yes, and it's possible that he found a way to escape. We cannot say categorically at this time. In the fullness of time, the true situation will be confirmed, and the Nigerian Army will be able to tell us that this is the situation. They can confirm that Gentle Diawu has been killed, but we have to wait. Situations like this, post-operation examinations, you know, are being conducted in the whole area to know maybe even he suffered injuries and succumbed to his injuries. We don't know yet, but the army is urging patience at this time so that they can confirm to us whether indeed he was one of the people who were killed in that operation. But kudos to our troops for the sacrifice, walking on foot right up to his village, so that they will not know that they were coming, because in the past they used armor tanks and all that. The rumbling of tanks sometimes notify the enemy that look, the enemy, that the army was on the way. But this time around, they tried to surprise him by going on foot. So it was a very brave effort on the part of our troops. And as I always say, no man is bigger than the Nigerian state. If Gentle Diawu survives this, I know that his days are numbered. He will eventually be made to pay for
and
his
it shows
crimes.
that there's no hiding place.
Yeah, if they know, once they identified his house, they had to go there.
Intelligence was on.
They went to his village, Eyewitness village, and then entered this village through NATO on foot to make sure that they had the building surrounded to block any
exit,
opportunity for him to escape. And his fighters were killed. But they are trying to identify him, whether he was one of the people killed.
Okay. I mean, but what does this say about the security operations in that region for them to, because I saw that video. It was really gory, but what does this say? That the Nigerian army went there, the intelligence was right, and...
No, you know, you just said something. You commit a crime in Nigeria, and you put it out there, there's no how that won't get you.
Absolutely.
You know, so it shows that the Nigerian army is working, and we just have to, you know, commend them. You know, going by foot, you know, from where they were to where they wanted to deal with that person and get that Gentle Diawu. You know, you if you look at the kilometers, it's very, very far.
Very far.
It's very far. But they decided to take that risk, and also to ensure that people in that community, you know, breathe a sigh of relief. You know, because right now we need to get that, you know, confirmation. Yes. And I'm very sure by the time we finally get the confirmation that it's gone, you know, you will see that the people in that community will be so excited and happy.
it will also send a signal.
A signal to others.
Exactly.
You know, because there are so many of them who, in the guise of agitation, you know, in the guise of agitation, they have, you know, instilled fear in the minds of people. And that is, I'm not sure that is what those who said, let there be this particular, you know, nation come out. It shouldn't be about instilling fear on communities. But I want a situation whereby this will send a signal to others across the country that wherever you are, if you are committing crime and you think that you want to be bigger than the Nigerian state, they will deal with you, no matter who you are. Because I know that there are so many of them like that. You know, because they have guns, they have money, you know, and they are being backed by some people that we don't know.
True.
But I know that at the right time, you know, they would also face the music.
Now, another thing is, now that we're hearing reports that, okay, he's been killed, he's not been killed, how do we make sure that, what measures should the Nigerian army or this the security agencies put together when it comes to retaliation from his loyalists?
Well, you can't be too careful. Soldiers know that the job that they've elected to do is a very dangerous one. Ambushes are common with this kind of adversary. Attack on convoys, attack on even checkpoints, military checkpoints are common. So we've lost many soldiers through this. They will need to continue to be vigilant. They should be ready to take the battle to the enemy, which is what they have done today. I'm really proud of our soldiers from the 34th Brigade, Oweri, who went on this mission, and I pray that there's no casualty on their side, and I pray that there will be more successful commando-like operations as we have seen. This is the way it's done in Israel, in America. You take the battle to the enemy, you take the enemy by surprise.
Yeah.
It still remains
take them out of the surface.
The best surprise still remains the best strategy that the military can deploy. Once we take the battle to them, rather than reacting all the time, in no time we will have dealt severely with these people, and that's what we need to do. All of these bandits, terrorists, people know their hideout. You can imagine this guy's village, where he had been terrorizing people, was where our troops went to and encircled him. They encircled the building. At the end of the day, set the building ablaze. They killed his fighters, including women, two of the women who are with him. Now, we need to do more of that. All of these big bandits, big terrorists, they have their bases. When the governor of Zamfara was saying that he knows the base of the bandits, it's not. I personally have even announced the location of Shekau Ogram. And there was a time that I got a report that Shekau's men were moving in the aftermath of the attack by Chadian troops. They were heading. I mentioned the location that they were going to. So it's not as if.
So it's not hidden.
No, people will see them when they are moving in large
course.
numbers. People will see them, and information will come. You can act on the information that you get, as long as you are not being sent on the wild goose chase.
Well, I'm glad the Chief of Defense said you don't need order. Once you know, just go after
there.
them.
Yes, but the problem is some commanders, when they see a potentially big operation, they are worried because they know in the aftermath of that kind of combat, many lives could be lost. Many
casualties.
So, yes, and usually when you go into battle and you lose many of your fighters, many of your soldiers, that commander's job
exactly is at stake.
It becomes something at stake. So a lot of them are usually worried. We are not like Saddam Hussein, for example. You know, Saddam Hussein told the Americans, he said, your society can't stand 50,000 dead in a war. He said, in the battle for Foul Peninsula alone, I lost Foul Peninsula, just one phase of the battle, I lost more than 50,000 troops. That's in the war with Iran. One phase, he lost more than 50,000, and he continued the war. He said, but your own society can't stand 50,000 dead in a war. 50,000 died in the Vietnam War. America didn't lose Vietnam War. Every phase of the Vietnam War, America won. But the casualties were high. And the people kept saying, okay, come back home. So this is the thing. As a war historian, I know that those big countries,
Yes.
their people don't want
Too much
their
casualty.
people to die. And
Yeah.
when there's large casualty, they start saying, come home,
Yes,
come home. That's the thing. The people like Saddam, a big-time dictator. He had nothing to fear.
Yeah, it was
So
unfazed
nobody
by it.
would tell him, oh yeah, stop fighting. No, he continued to fight. He continued to fight. That war alone, that the Iran war, hundreds of thousands of people
Lost their
were
lives.
lost.
Oh dear.
But they continue to fight. So this is the thing. Commanders are always afraid to lose people in battle.
Oh, okay.
Some of the best commanders that we've had in Operation Aridinzogu,
Okay.
they were doing very well, and then a setback came. A setback involving big loss of lives. They were removed. I can count some of those commanders, some of the most excellent soldiers that we've ever had, excellent officers. You know, the moment one big setback came, how many lives were lost? They will not remember.
The good ones,
the
good things, the
successes.
successes.
The success.
There was a general who built a road right into Sambisa. One of the finest officers. He built a road leading into Sambisa to make it easy for troops to advance on that area. But there was one big setback, and that was it.
But anyway, I wish you could talk about this more.